Update 24.30 just got released, and not only did we get functions to detect player movement, but we also received a new device and the chapter for terrain and so much more. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first big update revolves around the new message feed device, which finally allows us to change these rusty old Fortnite HUD messages into new sexy customizable ones. And the device allows you to change messages with a player name tag, so you always have the correct player. It also allows you to change color, highlight color, and the message icon. It also has the usual stuff like enable, disable, which teams, which classes can see it or not. The device is meant to be used as a quote-unquote kill feed, but it obviously can be used for much more than that. For example, you can use it for capturing a point, spectating notifications. Basically, you have now full control over the HUD message feed in the left corner. The next one is a pretty big change, especially for the OG Fortnite creators. With the next Fortnite season, which is 25.00, the new event binding system will be opt-in as a default. That means you will no longer have to change it if you want to use the event binding system. What will happen to the old channel system is unclear at this point, but I would assume that new islands will not be able to use the old channel system anymore. It obviously makes a lot of sense. UFN uses the new event binding system, so it would only make sense to have these as a default. Epic also mentioned that the new lock-in pistol is in the game. I think a lot of people missed that. It was in a content update last week or the week before that, and it got added into Creative and UFN. In this update, we also received a bunch more of the Sloppy Shores galleries. I would assume that these are the final and last missing pieces of the Sloppy Shores saga, because we got basically the last couple of updates only Sloppy Shores galleries. So with this update, we get the floors and stairs. We have a security booth, a gas station, another bridge, and yes, we have the support gallery A, which is the support for the zipline, but it is only that. It is not the actual functionality of the zipline, so Creative 1.0 players cannot use the zipline function. A few minor device updates are the movement modulator now has the infinity duration back, and the timer had some changes in two new options, including the disable timer if fading team or class check, and reset timer if fading team or class check, which the big updates also received the, I would say at this point, forgotten creative mode, that is Creative Royale. A few of the highlights that Creative Royale got are, for example, device profiles, which allow you to save settings for devices and then change them, for example, the next round. You can also now have rounds in Creative Royale. You can now pick specific POIs where the storm should start. Target bots now have custom loadouts if you want to. And now vending machines can use the creative gold instead of the BR gold bars. The last update, which impacts UFN and normal creative users, there are two new camera filters in the island settings, which are Desolate and Neo Comic. UFN and Verse got some really big updates, starting out with the new landscape instance, which is the Chapter 4 Battle Royale landscape, which is obviously really cool. A lot of people asked for this one. Just in case people missed how to use those, you right click on them, create a material instance, and then you can click on that material instance and, changes to your liking or whatever. And then you want to use the material instance inside of the landscape and not the one that Epic gives you by default. The new level from island button now matches with the project browser. Keep in mind this only affects your levels and not the project. So if you click something new, if you click an island, you will only change the level, not the full project. Also, memory calculation got some improvements with a new feature that lets you navigate through the assets. But for me personally, the biggest update came with Verse. You can finally use the get view location with the Fortnite characters. It also comes with a variety of new functions that lets you detect /use player movement, such as is crouching, is on ground, is in air, is in water, is falling, is gliding, and is flying. This is obviously a huge game changer and allows for some really custom gameplay. You can now also use the transform on a spawn prop and move to. Plus there are some bug fixes in the teleport to and move to, which are obviously super needed. And that wraps up the 24.30 update. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys back in the next one.